Jarvis, are we live?
Are we live? Really?
Uh, yeah, I think
Excellent.
so.
Party time.
Oh.
Rock and roll.
Good evening, everyone, to the Good Vibes FC. We are United podcast. Let's do this. Let's get into the show. Let's go. Jarvis, what do you say? Are you ready?
I'm ready to
Yeah.
rock and roll.
I need you to promise me that you'll be on your best behavior. I promise.
How are you doing?
Oh my god!
My God, what a howler from Harry Maguire. I promise I'll be on my best behavior. Like, England was up 2-0, and you have to just do a Harry Howler Maguire with the toe poke. Luckily, he was saved by the beautiful, did you see that play up from Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane scored? And he saved Harry Maguire. Harry saved Harry, to be honest.
Harry saved Harry. Harry meets Harry.
Oh, I am sorry. I am so sorry. Like, I've never expressed hate against any player, but since I heard what went on behind the scenes, that he didn't want to leave and he's just stinking up the place, and Southgate is trusting him to do a job in England, he does this. I mean, he should just sign up for being an England FC player. But my God, get him out of the club as soon as possible, mate. To be honest.
Yeah. He's a calamity at the moment. He's scoring own goals all the time. He can't continue like this. It's almost like I feel bad for him. I feel a little bit bad for him. It can't go
me
on.
too, but I get constant WhatsApp message from rival fans banting me, like, Harry Maguire, and it's like, it feels like, oh God, like you feels like you feel ashamed, like that you have this kid in your class. It's like you're going. If you remember when you went to high school, it's like there was always this kid that nobody wanted to play with, or when you picked a team, he was the only one that was the picked last, and you were ashamed to play with him because he was a calamity, like he will cost you the game. Anyway.
Yeah, but I will retract. I feel bad for him because he refused to go to West Ham because of money. He wanted 12 million pounds. So let's not forget that. It was
12
unreasonable.
million pounds.
Yeah, it was unreasonable.
Yeah. Listen, we are not alone in this stream, to be honest, but we just composed this extra special midnight vibe special as what we do, because this show is all about you people. It's all about the community, giving you a chance to express your feelings. Let us know what you think, what's going on with the sales takeover. We will have our say, but we want to hear from you. When do you think what's going to happen? Is it on and is it off? Because media up to date, it's been like, how do I say? It's like you're taking some Laxic and it's been explosive diarrhea. Like everything from the Jadon Sancho story, everything from the Anthony Dos Santos story that proved out to be allegations galore, but no really police reports at the end of the day. So poor guy is suffering over there, like, crying his eyes out. And you can understand, like, he's fighting for his honor, right? And on the other hand, I see media is kind of inflating the story, pointing fingers, X, Y, Z. So I just want to talk about footballing matters and what really matters for us, because, hey, today I think it's the last game England plays and it's the last international, and then we are playing Brighton, to be honest. So at the end of the day, we are here for you guys. Like, as a therapy session, let's do it. Let's give it a go. Yale Min is in the house. What does Yale say? I'm going to be late, guys. Settle up. Mufc Realist TV taking to the moon tonight. Grab your cheese basket and let's go to work. 100%.
With the food,
always. Satwan Singh says, Glazer, big up to you, mate. Big up. Lillis United, Kaisibre Bratte, Sancho te gash, hug out, you clown. Yeah, what? What did you say? Hug out? What? No, I don't agree with that. Not Ten Hag out. Nemoj da zabavaš. What are you saying? Get rid of Legend Club and want to keep this toxic player, Sancho. I hate. I don't really understand what you're talking about there, mate. Get rid of a club. Anyway, we will talk about later as well. Nigel Flynn is in the house. Guys, it's important. Get rid of all the toxic negative and let's start fresh, because we do play Brighton on Saturday and the team needs you. The team needs your support. That's what we're here for. We are Realist TV. We're here. We are united. Nigel Flynn is saying, I'd say it was agreed yesterday with Ten Hag that the post should come down today. Everyone would have been waiting for the post to come down yesterday, as everyone knew there was a meeting strategy. What do you think, Jarvis?
Yeah, that's actually kind of smart, But to be honest, 8 days. He had 8 days to take it down. It could have happened sooner. So for me, it's okay, like in the heat of the moment, to say something wrong. But if you argue with your girlfriend or your wife, and you say something wrong, okay, you retract it, you say sorry right away. But if you wait 8 days with your wife, you sleeping in
Uh, you're
the
sleeping in the
on
doghouse.
the couch, yeah, in the doghouse.
In the doghouse. No, I don't know. I just don't know what to believe here, because either it's like overinflated, or it's been taken out of context, or if the both people overreacted on the back of a loss from Arsenal with the dodgy VAR penalty and stuff like that. Not penalty, but decisions. Ten Hag was asked a simple question. He was direct. He only said, like, I only picked the team which is suitable for this moment, for this event. And unfortunately, he was not fit for the game. That's it.
Mm.
Jadon Sancho came out 40 minutes later, defending himself, calling himself, like, don't believe what the media say, not believe in the lies. Number two, calling himself a scapegoat for a very long time. He's been scapegoated ever since he's missed that penalty in the England game as well. So it's more of a dig towards the media. Don't believe what the media is saying. That's how I read into it. But on the other hand, media is making a meal out of it, creating this Mexican showdown, like, hey, Jadon, draw. So what do we know at the end of the day? And I don't believe in rumors. So you will see on Saturday. Now, the Jadon is not, they probably had a chat, right? And, Antonio Dos Santos is not going to play because he's got mental health issues, obviously, because of all these allegations. So, the big statement will be, will he start on Saturday, sorry. That would be a big into the media if he starts Jadon Sancho on Saturday. And then people will say, well, why would you do that? Well, we don't really know what really went down behind the scenes, don't we?
I think please don't spam the chat, people. Read Dub or something. Don't spam the chat. So admins take care of it. What do you think about it, Mick? Do you think Sancho will start? What's your opinion?
I personally don't think he should, based on what you hear on what the media reports are saying. On the other hand, there's a police that's been knocking on the door for quite a while. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for police to show what he's all about. I don't know. I'm not the manager, so I don't have a proper say. But realistically speaking, if it's true what he's done, if it's true what media is saying, he should not play. He should be relegated to play with the reserves, like to play with the under 21s,
Yeah.
And I will have Jay Daly on tomorrow. He will give it a rant tomorrow, 9 p.m. UK time, uncensored. And I bet you he's going to rip into it. Yeah. What do you think, Jarvis, though?
Well, if you look at the history of Ten Hag, how he solved the Ronaldo thing, because Ronaldo, he went off the field with the full crowd, and during the game, it was an insult directly to Ten Hag, and the game after Ronaldo started, and he was the captain. So Ten Hag, he can't fix problems, and he's not like very stubborn and like a tyrant or a authoritarian, as you call it.
Authoritarian, yeah, no.
Yeah, so I think maybe we can solve it. I don't think Ten Hag is that type of manager, but I will also fear that if we let this slip, maybe we'll go back to player power. So it's a two-edged sword how to handle it.
It is.
Yeah, for me, I would probably the most neutral thing will be have him in the squad, let him sit
Put
on
him
the
in the bench.
Don't play him. That would probably be like something like you learned your lesson now.
That's fair. I mean, the lesson learned is like, obviously we watched the sales takeover, the journalists, they've been having a meal, like, it's on, and it's off, it's on, contradiction report. And they've been treating Manchester United like a Hollywood insider, Vanity Fair, gossip magazine in a way, like, it's been horrendous. Yeah. So I just had enough is enough. Like, Chris Wheeler, What are you, sports journalists? Are you working for the Hollywood Insider? Like, and this goes back to the last year as well, like, from the leaks. I mean, I'm talking about everyone. Like, if you remember, in the press conferences, they never asked the football in question. They always asked about the gossip, about the fallouts, because that's what sells. That's the scoops. Like, you can see the knives are out. Just absolutely trash. Anyway, Manlu Tata is here. Yaleman means Simon Heron is here. We saw that Linda Warrington is here as well. Big up, Linda. How are you doing? Maguire is coming on. Give Scots a chance. We saw that, Linda. That was probably a preloaded message. Peter Elianteno is back in the house for more. Edward Reed is also here. Listen, guys, sorry for the change of time. What we say we're supposed to go earlier. Welsh Girl is here because we were watching the Sweden game, which was absolutely annihilation for me for being Swedish. It was 0-0. Second half, we just had a brain fart and lost with 3-1. We look good. We look good. Isaac was good. Lindelof looks good. Anyway, it is what it is. But, Scotland, you got a little bit of a beating there. Scott McSider was on the pitch as well. But anyway, Barman is here as well. Big up for you. Big up for you. David Billings is here as well. Long time no see, Devin. No to the rat. We will talk about that as well. Why I think it's going to be no to the rat. Big up, everyone. Big up, RJ. Good evening to you. Welcome to the Good Vibes FC. Nicky is in the house with his Metallica guitar. Hannibal doing Salah celebration against Egypt. We saw that. Did you see that?
No.
He did the Salah celebration.
Oh.
He's copying. Can't it just be original? Right?
I love the Lee Sharp celebration, the Macarena.
Woo! Yeah.
that was my favorite when I was growing up.
Not the Rashford?
A little bit too serious.
It looks like you're going to shoot your head. No.
No.
Yeah. Besties in the house. Once again, Harry Maguire quality shines through. Gosh, we saw that. Lucky Singh is here as well, saying Bellingham, Rashford, Kane, well done finding crucial passes. We know we knock rivals. Listen, how good is Bellingham? How good is Bellingham? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
How did you let him slip?
Yeah, but everyone wanted him at the Premier League. He proved everyone wrong. He went to Real Madrid, La Liga. Everyone was predicting him to go back to England, pure arrogance. But apparently, what Stewie was saying, because he plays football with his dad, saying his younger brother is even better.
Mm-hmm.
Ten Hag scouts, if you're listening, go catch him now. Forget about the Fletcher twins. Get out of here. Bring in the little brother of Jude Bellingham.
Yeah. Bellingham's little brother and Højlund's little brother. Twin brothers.
Yeah. Billy McConnelly is here as well. Billy Connolly. Good evening. Heard Maguire is going to Pizza Hut adverts with the bag over his head instead of Southgate. They will call it Slabhead Special. No fucking way. Billy.
It's a joke. Yeah, I get it.
I know. It's like what I call, with the Sancho. He's not happy at Manchester United, so he's going to take extra time working for McDonald's drive-thru to sell Happy Meals. To be honest. Evening, Angie. How you doing? Good Vibes FC. Evening, everyone. I can't believe Kane gave Maguire the captain Sarban after scoring that home goal, especially. This is dominating with the Harry Maguire's toe poke. Anyway, Daniel Hutchinson, welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you for a long time. Maybe it's the first time. Anyway, big up to you. At least Harry can say he scored his goal this season. Oh my God, I'm cracking up here. I'm getting warm and sweaty. What do we have here? Lucky Singh, we already shouted out. Good finish for the Scots. Yeah, I can see that. Listen, Lucifer Morningstar, got a shout out to good evening to you. Hope you're all okay. Is that a cigar?
No, you know what this is. What time is it? It's time for a
super chat. Oh, Alien Tenno with another super chat.
Super chat, super chat, super chat.
Super chat.
Big up Alien Tenno coming up with an uppercut with a $2, not £2 for a donation, saying Bellingham is the best player in the world at the moment. I can agree. He's on form at the moment, or as a number 10? Or
Yeah,
what
the
do you mean?
informed player at the moment. Probably.
Inform, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the best player in the world at the moment, but he's definitely ripping up trees in La Liga. I mean, they are absolutely over the moon there. Even then comparing like the best season ever since Cantona even came over and took over. So they're comparing to Cantona.
No, you can't compare him with Cantona. That's impossible. He's the king. He's the king, and the king is on the
No,
throne. The king is
sorry,
number
not
one.
no, Cantona. I mean the other one that got headbutted, the Matarazzi.
Oh, Zidane.
Zidane, yeah,
Zinedine
Zidane.
Zidane. Susu.
Hey, you calling my sister? Hey, I give you, hey. You got to take care of the family. Red
Yes.
card. Big up Alien Tenno. Thank you for your donation super chat. Guys, for every super chat, for every buy me a coffee, for everything, it goes right back into the channel. And by the way, that means that I can pay Jarvis extra Snickers as well.
Mhm.
Did you get the shipment this
I
week?
get to wake up my kids.
And also another big announcement. Simon Heron's been a member for 3 months.
Simon.
Big up, Simon. You're legends. Legends of the chat. That's what you are. Max Sideways, I see there's a lot of you. How many people are in the chat room? I can't see. It's 164 in the chat room. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Welsh Girl is God, I'm catching up, Jarvis. There's so many. Please help me. Who do I miss out? Craig Perkins is here as well. Hi, boys. Hi, Craigie. How you doing?
Greg.
Milo Smitic, Dobroveče. There is no show without the
Dobroveče.
Dobroveče from all the way from Serbia. How are you? Jay Patel is also here saying Snapdragon are shirt sponsoring Manchester United. Yes, we're going to talk about that too.
Good question.
Maybe what topic should we start with? Digi Superflies here. Tucker UK is also saying good Glazers exit soon. They're not going anywhere. They are going anywhere. We're going to talk about that too. But anyway, we're going to share the link, Tucker. If you want to come in and express why you think they're not going anywhere, we'd like to hear from you as well. 100%. Reber is saying, Jarvis, så du snusa idag? Wow, he's Norwegian. Is he Norwegian?
Yeah. Oh, he asked me, did you see Nusa? You know, his name is Antonio Nusa. He's a Norwegian left winger. He had 2 brilliant assists today for Norway's win against Georgia. First goal was on Holland and second goal was on Ødegaard. But Nusa, he looked like a world-class player. So
okay,
go to Twitter, check out those assists from Nusa. He's the up-and-coming star.
Okay, I feel because there's a lot of questions here. Let's debunk this Qualcomm sponsorship, right? Let's do it cool and composed, because people are saying Glazer not going anywhere because American sponsorship. Is that a good way to start the show and just debunk it? You know, what does it mean?
Yeah, let's debunk it.
Well, there was a tweet coming out from United's People TV earlier today, Sam Peoples, to say Snapdragon officially confirmed from next season. That's next season, though, people. Next season. You know, TeamViewer is our sponsor for the next season. There was original pulling out. So I believe they got a discounted sponsorship for staying on this season. So we didn't have a sponsor. But Glazer signing a long-term deal for new shirt sponsors is hardly the behavior of owner who's actively trying to sell what he's saying. Given Ineos and Sheikh Yassin would have surely preferred ability to choose their own sponsorship. Well, a little bit more research have gone into that tweet. What are you saying, Jarvis?
Yeah, you know, the first thought is, okay, why are Glazers signing a new shirt deal? Aren't they selling? Aren't the Glazers leaving? What? You know, that's the first thought. But when you think of it, you know, they have to run the club and they are responsible for doing the business as usual until the club is sold. And this is not a long deal. It's just for the end of the TeamViewer deal. So it's basically 1 season.
1 year. One season deal.
Year. And Snapdragon, who is Qualcomm's owner, is already a sponsor of Man United. So they have a relationship. They know how to talk to each other. And I think this is harmless when it comes to the sale process. And I think we are good. And actually, if we have the Snapdragon logo with the Snapdragon, I don't know, it's like a fireball. Actually, quite cool logo.
Yeah.
So
cool. I like Snapdragon. I like Snapdragon gaming series, esports gaming series, and I was there with Manchester United in what was it, Köln or something. I think last year we had a Snapdragon series and was there with Manchester United. He did 3 days of shooting. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So Qualcomm, yeah, it's a chip, isn't it? Right, by my
Yeah.
understanding, computer chip. And
I think you are right.
you're right. Snapdragon has been a long-term sponsor already with Manchester United. So I mean,
And then just one little fact here is Qatari Investment Fund or Authority is owner of Snapdragon. They have 2% of the company, so they are involved, even the Qataris.
So it's not doom and gloom, people. It's basically the same thing what you saw with the Adidas sponsorship. Like, that only kicks in 2025. It's not for the Glazers, to be honest. And at the end of the day, the club is broke as we are. We've seen evidently, like, we were living on scraps over the transfer window, and basically the money that was pledged for the transfer window has been the Bank of America overdraft. That is the last credit that the club will ever get from the Bank of America, because Bank of America wants them to pay back the debt by 2025. And how are they going to do that? With the Buccaneers being broke? It's a big question. They can't simply operate the club the way it is. We literally had to finesse the deals. It's not Ten Hag's fault. He was given like 120, 150 in overdraft. So we had to sell a lot of players, like a lot of youth. Approximately 22 went out.
Yeah.
He only kept the 4 or 5 they sent on loan. But out of those quality academy, he saw these people are the future of Manchester United. They are the only ones that will break through. The rest I will sell. And at the end of the day, he had to walk away from the Cucurella deal because they only wanted to have a half-season loan. So they didn't want to be stitched up by Chelsea for a full season loan for Cucurella. So therefore, they went for the cheaper option, knowing that, A, Luke Shaw is going to be back by January. Malacia is only going to be back in January. So why would it be stuck for another player like Cucurella for the whole season? So it didn't make sense for them. On the other hand, they were more flexible to say, okay, regular on half season, fine. But at the end of the day, like, we had to basically scrape the barrel to utilizing that Bank of America and sell players to actually buy and go to the loan market. So that tells me also that the Glazers didn't give a rat's ass what we did in the market. They didn't improve certain things. They said, here's your kitty pot, do whatever you want. We're not involved. We're not going to prove anything more, nothing less. We are selling the club, end of story, right? And then we've seen a lot of reports from sports journalists going, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. Have we seen this story before?
Yeah, it's a roller coaster, and they're playing us. They're playing our emotions.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Yeah, relax. I always just say relax, because at the end of the day, it's not about what sources do you have. Do you ketchup or mayonnaise, or is it McDonald's, Ronald McDonald? Like, at the end of the day, I am very confident that the club will be sold by the end of this year, at least by November. That's just my feeling, knowing what I know. And I don't know, what's your feeling, Jarvis? Guys, I want to have your opinion in the VR room if we're going to talk about the takeover.
Yeah, the takeover. What's not already been said, you covered it perfectly, Mick. I agree with you. I think it's going to happen. I think we gotta have like a little bit of ice in our stomachs. We don't have to freak out every time there comes some English journalist with some bullock news. So I will wait for Bloomberg.
Stewie Wally is in the house. We will share the link if you want to come in and have a talk to us, Stewie. Listen, are we up for sharing the link, or do we talk a little bit more about what's going on there with Jadon, Sancho, etc.?
Yeah, we can only cover it fast so everybody knows what's going on with Sancho. With the latest.
What's
tweets.
your take on it, mate?
I think we. If it was up to me, I would send them to the reserves. 1 month with the reserves. Play with the reserves. You can stay there, and when you come back, you say sorry, and then everything is forgotten, and you can play. But never go against the gaffer. That's just my opinion.
No, but my opinion is he's been humble enough. If this is true, what's been going on behind the scenes, like, I'm not down with other people's business. Like, what goes on behind the scenes, it's not my business. I look what's going on the footballing pitch. Off the pitch, not my business. Everyone has a private life. That's what I'm trying to say. But if this is true, I definitely agree with you that he should never to set his foot, to play him with the reserves and as a punishment with the under 21s or with the reserves to the January window and then ship him off. If that's true. Because at the end of the day, Ten Hag has been gentle enough with him, been patient. He sent him off to Holland for 3 months for some reason to, train and get back into him and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if he's undermining the manager needs to put his foot down and say, listen, you're not going to sit here and poison the dressing room. Dressing room is everything in football. You need to have unity, right? Everyone needs to be on a positive spirit. As soon as you have bad apples and not playing, they try, simple as that. You're having a coffee, you're inviting a lot of friends, like everyone is in a good chatty mood, and all of a sudden this depressed Bob the Builder comes in and say life is shit, and he drags down everyone in the room. That is kind of simple way to put it, right?
Yeah.
Boom. Rashmano in the house as well. Boom. And regarding the Anthony situation, it's just been one soap opera after another, like in a typical Brazilian Netflix hit, Alegria, allegations galore. Yeah.
I don't even want to read about it. It's too much with the WhatsApp messages back and forward and hearsays and Brazilian journalists and talk shows and whatever.
Jarvis.
Come on, let's get some fact on before we talk about it, because now it's just a mess.
Manchester United fans, protect yourself at all costs. That looks like me, to be honest. I'm never gonna play that again.
It looks like
is that me? Is that my evil twin, Evil Knievel?
Yeah.
Guys, I just posted the link in the comments. If you want to come in and have your say, I will post it again. Have a chat with us. Tell us what you're feeling. What do you think is going on with the sales process? When do you think that will be announced? And I want to add another fun fact to the story as well. Why I think that Sir Ineos came out also to. He made a weird statement, Sir Ineos. I call him. I don't know why I'm calling Sir Ineos.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my phone.
Yeah. Because if you look at the deal, the structure, then with the let's say with Rain Group, to be honest, that deal was only structured in certain ways if the stock price is high. He will only come in because he's not cash rich. He's only asset rich. And you need to sort of sell off those assets. It will take years. So what he did at the end of the day was construct a deal to say, I'll give you 2.5 billion now. And within 3 years, I will pay you based on what the stock evaluation price is, right? Which is a buyout. You tell me. But that, in order to that to work, that means that the stock price needs to be high for the Glazers to profit. Yeah. So right now it's low. So who benefits from a low stock price, or Jarvis?
Yeah, it's basically the 100% owner who benefits from it, because they want to buy out the remaining, 31% shares, Class B shares on the Wall Street. Yeah. So if the price is low, maybe because if the price now is $35 and you have to buy them out, they will probably want more. They will probably want 45. But now when it's 20, they can get away with 30 to 35.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, when you I'm tired of reading every article saying sources close to the sales process. Yeah. And there's like waffle. It's just a gravy train. Sell. I think that media is playing catch up, honestly, 2 months behind. What goes on behind the scenes is surely like, Ineos could not afford to buy it. As soon as Qatar entered the race, slapped the money on the table, find out how much they wanted. They did a deal. It's been widely reported. They went there and offered. And Glazers need to sell. They need liquidity. They need money right now because they're in trouble. we are in a biggest financial credit crisis, they cannot operate the club. It's game over. It's game over. You know.
It is. It is.
So they need to sell at least before the end of the financial year because it's a new financial year starting as well.
They're
So
losing
that's why
money
people
every
is
quarter.
yeah.
Every quarter.
Yeah. And some people are now doing deliberately maybe sabotaging, making sure that the stock prices is plummeting down. Like, you know, every leak of story is a reactionary on the stock market. Everything that's been leaked out in the press, I think it's a systematically, I smell a dead rat here, to be honest, because we've seen an unprecedented week of leaks after leaks after, you know, piling up on each other. Jadon, Sancho, the Anthony, the stock prices, everything. You know, it's been a storm, right?
Yeah.
And everything led to the stock prices dropping down, right? And then you see, like, you know, typically you will see Ben Jacobs running around to different fan channels saying his thing. Fabrizio Romano gets the question asked, who is actually a transfer journalist, what he has heard about the transfer market. But the ones that you should watch out for, and the ones that will give the exclusivity, will be Bloomberg. You know, Rainy Group will give the exclusivity to Bloomberg. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, or it will come onto the website of Man United as an official statement. That will be the first.
Yeah. Rushman is saying keeping the Glazer is not an option for the fan base. 100% no. Odele is saying whoever is going to take over from the Glazers should just get done quick, sick, tired of this. Same here.
Yeah.
I mean, it is hard, guys, for me to get up to this stage and talk after this week. I mean, I try to say that I'm very mentally strong, but I'm surely been affected also by everything, you know. I usually provide a voice of reason and platform, but even I can have a bad day. Even I can have a bad week and feel like a fans. I have feelings. And I said, God, this is becoming too much. Reuters or Bloomberg, 100% will be Rushmano. Now, you that have been following this podcast, you can. I'm not going to talk more about it. There's tons of videos being made under the Cantor Glazer Out podcast, right? Everything's been laid down. You know who my sources are, who I'm talking to, and there's certain things that I can say and that I can disclose. But at the end of the day, we're here as a community, as a mental united, because we need to play football. We need to get the Glazers out. So I want to hear from you guys. You know, come in, have your say. I'll paste the link again because it's time for you to speak up as well.
Yeah. I see
Jarvis,
here Stephanie Griffin says it's 56 likes, but we're almost 200 people watching. So only a quarter of you have liked the video. So I would love for you to just hit the like button. It means the world for us. And that's the currency we use on YouTube.
We don't take dividends. We don't have Glazers. We don't take dividends, but we take your likes.
So please hit the like.
Yeah. Occasionally we take your super chats as well when you do have something to say. But that goes back into the channel. So big up for you. Trading Place is funny. What you're saying, Blue Moon.
Oh, that's a beautiful film with Eddie Murphy. Haven't you seen the ones with the two rich guys and the guy who lives on the street, Eddie Murphy, and they trades places?
Hang on. Have you changed your name? Is it Blue Moon or is it a new user? I love Manchester City. I don't know, mate. Is it Blue Moon? You've been on this stream before. Anyway. Swift Beat, what are you saying here, mate? Hi, Mick and Jarvis. Don't like Maguire or MU players. However, he is still our player, so support and hope doesn't better when Eric Carlson stop the rude corny jokes for a laugh. Disgusted, mate. You know, it is a fan channel. We are allowed to have fun. If you don't like it, get out.
Yeah, the thing is, we are not trying to be abusive against Maguire. We're having fun. You know, we scored our own goal. At the end of the day, as I said, I feel bad for him as a person, as a human being. I don't know.
No. I gotta address you, Swift. Like, nobody tells me to cancel. Nobody tells me to shut up. You know, if you don't like it, get out. Sorry, mate. We are realists. We're here to have fun. We're here to talk. If you don't like it, change channels. End of story. Nobody tells me to cancel. I hate cancellation policy. Sorry, Swift. Not the channel for you then.
Now you got triggered.
Of course I am. Nobody tells me to shut up.
But let's smooth it out. go back to the good mood and go on.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Rushmano says subscribe to the channel. So yeah, we would like more subscribers too. We are currently at 16.7K. So we would love to go up to the 17,000 subscribers. That will be.
Listen, we are never slating anyone. If the player is not good enough, if he's not performing, you're allowed to criticize him. So what's the problem with that, mate? Honest to God. We have Peter in the house. Peter! Alien Tenno, big up to you, mate.
Big up. Oh, you're on mute, Peter. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes. Loud and clear.
Yeah. Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire.
Yeah, say this to this guy that doesn't like us to, be critical to the player. You're in the wrong channel, mate. The whole world is seeing the calamity, and we're not allowed to talk to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bilal, I'm not gonna apologize. I'm honest, man. I'm always being honest. Everyone can have an opinion, but nobody gonna tell me on my platform to shut the fuck up. Honest to God, I hate cancellation policy.
You hear me, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you good.
Yeah.
So, Peter, did you see the game? Scotland, England, Scotland.
I haven't watched it. You know what, Mick? I'll be honest. Rarely watched England since one of your brethren fucked the Golden Boys up. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
Sven Goran Eriksson. Haven't watched England since then. The guy messed up a brilliant team. He did. He had no clue how to play football. Sven.
Big up.
He was actually a successful manager.
You have a midfield of Beckham, Scholes, and Jadon, and you can't make a winning team. It's like, really? Okay, fair enough.
No, 100%, man. Look, at the end of the day, I am suffering because I was watching the Sweden-Austria game, right? I was watching because obviously I'm Swedish, right? So we needed to win this game, Pete. At the end of the day, after 0-2, I switched over to England, and I just switched over to see the toe poke.
You know what, Mick? It's the problem with international football. It's boring. It's the same old suspects all the time, isn't it? It is. You get the qualifiers where teams can play this and that, and as soon as you get down to the business end of it, you know exactly who's going to win, and it's just become, in France, what they call a nom de plume. It's like, do we really need to spend my life watching the same old story play out again?
Yeah.
There's no point. Literally, there's no point.
Yeah.
Even the Champions League's becoming the same as international football. It's like, you know exactly who's going to be there. It's like a lot of people say, when United last season was in the Europa League, I quite enjoyed it. It's something different. Teams you don't normally play, Like we got Bayern Munich next week. We all know what's going to happen in that game. They're going to beat us.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I really do. I think the problem is now at United at the moment, there's no unity. The team is split. I was saying it a few weeks ago on Norden's channel, with Maguire not going, this and that. Certain players, they've got their own little pals in that group of players, and they're going to be sticking the knife in Erik ten Hag. You're seeing it now with Jadon Sancho and that, yeah. So Erik ten Hag is now actually caught between what we say in England. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. It's like, whichever way I go, I'm going to hit a brick wall. So my advice for Erik ten Hag is just use your own intuition. Play the game.
100%.
So do it how you want to do it. If it goes pear-shaped, then it goes pear-shaped, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But be yourself.
100%.
Be yourself. If I was ten Hag personally, Sancho's ass would be booted down the M1.
Yeah.
You're done, boy.
Well, you got to steady the ship as a gaffer, if I'm, just put yourself, guys, in a work situation. Just take yourself out of football, right? You go to a normal job, right? Everyone goes to a normal job, right? Except Jarvis, you're your own boss, same as me, right? I don't have a boss. Oh, my wife is my boss. Yeah, you know,
You're not alone.
as it is, right? We think we wear the pants, but at the end of the day, we don't, right? But put yourself, you go to a normal boss. In a normal work, you have a hierarchy structure, you have a culture, you have values, right? And everyone should follow those corporate cultures and values, and they have certain employment rules and laws, which you can be dismissed for, right? And you can also be, if you're not performing up to your standards, you get a 10 days probation, whatever, to improve yourself with certain set KPIs, key performance indexes, which you follow up with your manager every week. So if you haven't sort of lived up to those standards after those 10 days, they have the right to say, terminate your contract, see you later, right? Now, what Ten Hag has done is been more than patient with Sancho in a way. We've seen that he sent him away, he believed in him, he puts his arm around the shoulder of all these players. But if you're taking the piss like this, then what should Ten Hag do, right? If you grant him the opportunity to win, then you can have just said, like, everything with Harry Maguire and everything with Ronaldo was all in vain. Then Sancho wins. So I don't think so. I don't think so. It's just to have to put a statement to say, you didn't perform. I gave you chances. You took the piss out of it. So off you go, mate.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting, Mick, Jarvis, what team Eric Ten Hag going to put out on Saturday. Like I was saying last night, was 3-5-2. The reason why I said 3-5-2 is this: I would play currently at the moment from personnel that's available. I would play Dallo on the left of the three, Martinez in the middle, Lindelof on the right of the three. Then I would use Garnacho on the left and Wan-Bissaka on the right in a wing-back position. In the centre, you can then play Casemiro and Eriksen, Amrabat or Bruno. And then you've got two up front, Rashford and Højlund. Now, the beauty of that is, when we go forward at Brighton, if they counter-attack us, you're using two speed players, Garnacho and Wan-Bissaka, to come back as wing-backs and make then a back five. Yeah? Because they have the pace to come back and cover that. They also have the pace, reverse, to go forward, to attack. Yeah? But you have that core in the middle of Casemiro, Bruno, Eriksen, let's just say that for argument, yeah? So that 3-5-2 depends on the wing-backs being fluid and active. I think if we play that, we won't have a problem against Brighton, because I don't think they can cope with a 3-5-2.
Peter, can I ask you a question while you're here? Okay.
Yeah.
I agree what you're saying. We talked about this, but we are judging United on the three performances that we've seen before. There's been an international break. Bruno is up to form. He found his form again. He's cooking. We have Amrabat coming back in. I believe Amrabat will make his debut. Number 4, playing at Old Trafford under the floodlights. Introduction. Here you go, Amrabat, right? Kobe Mainoo is set to be back. We hear the Mason Mount is also coming back. So we're getting players back, right?
Yeah.
I see it's going to be a totally different Manchester United. And I always look at the stats and I look at the curves, right? You went to Old Trafford a lot last season. So you saw the same, that we started poorly, Peter, right? We had an international break after the beating of Brighton and Brentford, right?
Yeah.
Then what happened after the international break, Peter?
Yeah, we stepped up the game against Arsenal.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
we went on a 12 unbeaten run. We went on a long run. So technically, we always start slow, but after the international break, we get a match sharpness, and we kick the, and we start hitting the ground running.
I get what you're saying, Mick. I do, but the problem, the difference this season to last season is, if you look at Rasmus Højlund, Amrabat, Mason Mount, and that, they're not blooded into the team. Last season, we had players well, I know Casemiro wasn't blooded into the team, but basically we had a set team that kind of knew each other. For example, if all these players were fit, for Erik ten Hag to play Oyland, Amrabat, and Mason Mount together in a game, literally would be suicide. One, they don't know each other. Two, they're not up to match speed.
Yeah.
And three, you're playing against a well-oiled team, Brighton. So you can only go with what you have as what we would call match fitness.
Yeah.
That's it. So I understand what you're saying. I want to see Amrabat in the team. I want to see Casemiro and Amrabat in the pivot. It's clear as day. I think
Peter,
anyone can see that.
Let's go what RG is saying here. Let's fucking up Brighton. I'm not gonna say it. YouTube, but 100%. But on the other hand, Jarvis, if you look at City, this is very unprecedented because City usually starts slow and they pick up pace at the end of the season. When everyone is knackered. City has started like win. Surely form is not linear. Form will drop.
But the thing is, Mick, but when it comes to City, the quality in their team is so high but even when they drop off in the performance, they win. They usually win their games. So that's the problem. We don't possess the quality at the moment. We are getting there. I see the depth in our midfield is getting better at the moment with Amrabat in. We're getting Mainu back from injuries. So I'm optimistic. I feel the same as you, Mick. I think we are going out now after the international games.
With a vengeance.
Yeah, with a vengeance. And I think we can win the next 10 games if we're lucky. But Brighton is a big hurdle, and even Bayern Munich. So if we are unlucky, we can lose both of them. But still, I think we can win the next 10 after that again. So
Sorry, you know what, Jarvis, Mick, right? Let's put ourselves into Facundo Pellistri's boots. Yeah,
He'll be hungry.
If he doesn't get played in these next few games, but where would you be as a player? Where would you mentally put yourself? Because I think this guy will look at it and go, you know what, Matt, there's no point in me playing for this club. He's not going to play me. If you look at what's happened to Donny van der Beek, I think now is Pellistri's chance more than ever.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't start Sancho at all. I would start Pellistri, to be honest. Or even Garnacho can. Garnacho.
And you know what, Mick, right? You know me. I'm kind of Erik ten Hag in, Erik ten Hag out. You know what I mean? Managers live and die by the decisions they do. Yeah. This is a chance now for Erik ten Hag to go against his grain, if you know what I'm saying. Instead of him being stubborn and go, okay, then, if I play Pellistri and we lose, okay, I've played him, we've lost. If I don't play him and we still lose, Pellistri's going to think, yeah, you've lost me, mate. There's another one in the dressing room that's gone. Because what can I do? Literally, what can I do? I'm playing for my national team. I'm playing well for Uruguay. When I come on for Man United, I'm playing well, and you still won't pick me. Okay, sell me in January. Goodbye. And this is the sword Erik ten Hag will live and die on. He's had a crucial moment in his Man United career. Erik ten Hag is. He really is. He's got to use his brain here, like.
Jarvis, you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to say when it comes to Pellistri, because he's not that young. He's 21 years old. He's not a teenager anymore, but he doesn't have the experience. And against Brighton, we have to be patient, because they have the bait press trigger, the Serbia always try to trigger. So when it comes to Pellistri, I'm not sure if he's disciplined enough to play in that forward three in our system against Brighton. I think it's not the right team to put him out. I think we will not doing him a favor playing him against Brighton, because he will be impatient. He will try to press, and then it's done. So for me, I
I
would
mean,
wait a little bit with Pellistri. I would play Bruno against Brighton, but in the games after Brighton, I think it's more easier games, and I think it's time for Pellistri to
Okay,
play.
we have two
Jarvis,
tough games.
sorry,
We have.
okay, look,
Sorry,
our next
Peter,
5 games are this. Yeah,
We have two
we've
tough games.
we've got Brighton at home, Bayern Munich
Bayern.
away, we have Burnley away, and then we have 2 games against Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. People seem to think Crystal Palace are going to be easy games. I'm telling you now, Crystal Palace won't be easy games. So where do you think, or should I put it this way, what time do you think is the best time to pay Pellistri? Because after the Crystal Palace games, it starts to get hair raising.
Okay, gents, can I answer that question? I also want to address David Main, so we don't forget the VR room, because this show is all about you. David Main is saying, I want Sancho and Ten Hag to mend the situation. Send her back in the squad, because at the moment we're not in a position to drop Sancho. We need him and Pellistri. We've been losing a lot of players. And big on, spot on. I want to sort of play the devil's advocate. At the end of the day, I agree what David is saying. We're not in a position to drop any players, and we don't know what's been playing out in the background, if it's real, if it's not. We're here to say, okay, looking at the performance, what Sancho has been performing, we say it's not good enough. We want to see the best of Jadon Sancho, what we bought you for, right? But at the end of the day, maybe this is a kick up the butt, maybe this is a motivation that he needs. Maybe he sees now, okay, Anthony's not going to play. Maybe this is my chance to shine. Let's go. Because as you said, we are playing a very important, a must-win game against Brighton at home, which I certainly believe will get over the line, especially when you go in there to cheer Peter, when the home ground is going to be electric. And then how he's going to set up for Bayern Munich. So he had 2 weeks to plan for this, And it's going to be interesting to see if he starts Sancho or not, because at the end of the day, guys, we're not the one that picked the team. We only believe what they're saying in the media. So would you be, Peter, would you be disappointed if you saw Sancho all of a sudden playing the right wing?
I would. You know what? And any player that goes against the manager, he's gone. For me, he's gone. That's it. It doesn't matter. You know what? You could be Pele, you could be Diego Maradona, you could be anyone. As soon as a player revolts against the manager, you have undermined that manager's authority. There is no position for you in this club. The only outcome is your ass is out the door. You're gone.
Yeah, I agree.
Now,
exactly.
Okay,
exactly
that
what
means,
Rush.
you know what? Even if it means we have an expression in England, cut your nose off to spite your face. Yeah. Even if it means you had to play an 18-year-old graduate player, I'd still pay the graduate player. You know why? Because I know in my heart that player will give me 100%, not the player that showed dissent against me. And you cannot show weakness against dissent.
No, true.
That bleeds into the team. That dissent does. The manager must rule with an iron fist and put his authority on the team. Because he's the manager, that's it.
Yeah, true. Peter, sorry, that goes exactly what Rush Maynard is kind of saying in his message here. I thought it's tough on Erik ten Hag. He likes the players who perform for him, but playing young players, youth players, is a risk, and that's why he kind of understands what he's kind of nervous moments for him, right?
Yeah.
Who do you trust in this moment, big moment against Brighton? Who do you trust will deliver? I would certainly say, if I have my say, guys, play Rashford on the left. I wouldn't start Martial, don't come close, right? Play Rasmus Højlund, and then play Garnacho on the right, because he can play that as well. And then I don't know, maybe.
I mean, see, what it is, Mick, you've also got to look at it. Like, I think we play on Tuesday against Bayern, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure it is, yeah. So, three days later, we have to travel to Germany and that. So, I mean, I've been analysing the game. Like, Brighton's going to give us a tough game. Right, make no mistake.
But he will not rotate.
In the Allianz, but, Bayern are going to give us a tough game. Personally, if it was me, I will play 4-5-1 in Bayern. Just bottle the game up, get a point, and get out of Dodge. Just get out of Dodge. because if we try and go toe to toe with Bayern, they're going to pick us off. They really are. They're going to pick us off. So just bottle the game up. You know what? Make it a boring game to watch. Who cares? If we get
Brighton.
a point out of Bayern, we're the ones who was happy, not them.
Yeah. True. At the end of the day, do you think he will change the team at all? Or because I'm just thinking like, okay, he's going to play Brighton. That's going to be a warm-up game session against Bayern. Do you think he's going to start the same team?
Mick, this is one of the problems with Ten Hag. What Noradin's been going on is he has his mindset. He has his style of players who he wants to play. And the problem is we have an expression again in England, you're flogging a dead horse playing the same players all the same time. You've got to rotate, whether you trust the players or not, or even if you rotate the players, knowing that the players you put in maybe are not good enough and you could actually take a defeat. At least a defeat in one game is better than risking playing the same players over and over that could further down the line get injured and lose 3, 4, 5 game time through injury. Yeah. Sometimes you have to take it on the chin and go, okay, we take the lose on this.
Well, guys, there's only one way to find out. Like, we just have to wait and see game by game. I'm looking forward because tomorrow, what is it? Tomorrow is Wednesday. So that means there are only 2-3 days left. Okay. What's going on there?
Yeah.
You're going to light a cigar?
Angie just gifted 10 membership to the chat.
Big up, Angie. Well done.
Really?
Oh my God!
Big up, Angie. You're always a legend in the house. I can't believe how generous
you are. Big up, Angie. So much. Big up everyone in the chat anyway.
Big up. We have RJS new member, FBL Posse new member. We have Kylo Aya new member, Andrew Moore, Marcin Vizotvai. Sorry for pronouncing your name wrong.
Martin.
Akash Mehta and
well.
Vici Ravi.
That sounded horrible.
Mick Jarvis, I don't know whether I told you this, because I got like a bit of a gravelly voice. Yeah. One of my mates said to me a few weeks ago, he goes, you sound like a Poundland Sean Dyche. I said, you cheeky bastard. Like, anyway, think of Peter Crouch, skinny, me mate, tall, skinny. He bought the Man United away shirt, the green one in that. And he sent me a picture of it. He goes, what do you think of this, Peter? Said, you look like a stick of Blackpool rock in that, bitch. You know what I mean?
You like a Sean Dyche. Big up. Listen, big up, Big Mama Angie. Thank you so much. I agree with George Best is saying. Rushmana is saying here, but our fan base won't accept defeat. It's attack. That's the problem. We're not in a position to run and to manage games at the moment. Eric cannot win, in my opinion. Listen, we take it game by game. I think that Saturday will be a revenge game. I will see a response. I believe the crowd will be up for it. And I believe that it will be the unveiling of number 4 shirt. Amrabat will come in and the crowd will go mental, right?
Yeah.
It's a big game, right? And then after we finish that, Peter, listen to me. After we finish that, then we focus on Bayern Munich.
Bayern, yeah.
Game by game. Deal?
Well, this is how you can, look, the immortal Brian Clough, this is what his mantra was.
Look at the camera.
You're only as good as your last game.
Peter, look at the camera. Yeah. Fist pump. Deal. Are we deal? Yeah, there we go. Big up, people. Exactly. Revenge game, and then we take it to Bayern.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
In terms of your... let's stay positive,
Well, Nick, Brian Clough, I actually met Brian Clough back in the day. Brilliant guy. And he always said, you're only as good as your last game. This is football. You could be a winner in your last game. You could be draw or lose. Next game determines what you are. Forget about what you've done. In the past is past. It doesn't mean anything. People have this mindset that, we haven't gone to say Arsenal, we've lost 5 games at Arsenal in a row. That don't mean nothing. That's in the history books. What counts is now. What you're going to do now. That's the mindset you should have.
Don't look back in the past, look forward. That's what I always say. What happened happened. You cannot influence. You cannot go back to the future, like Marty did with this Back to the Future movie. No.
Peter, I have a question for you. You are going to Trafford on Saturday, I believe. And
yes, I am. Yeah.
How do you feel the crowd will be?
You know what? Right. You know what, Jarvis, Mick.
Yeah.
Honestly, this season and since we won the Carabao Cup, even though we haven't performed really well, the crowd have noticeably been more getting behind the team, as in, because we kind of feel that Erik ten Hag is the real deal. We do. And it's like, okay, there's going to be bumps in the road, and we're going to get flat tires here and there, but keep with him, this and that. I think the crowd I will anyway. The crowd will get behind Man United. Even when we went 2-0 down against Forest, we were singing and cheering to get the boys going because we knew it was a big game. I know that sounds weird against Forest, but it was. It's like we got caught cold, and it's like, get the boys going, get them going.
That's what you have to do.
You know what I mean? Having said that, this is a true story. When we went 2-0 down, where I was sitting about 6 rows from where I was, a young Man United fan smacked another Man United fan in the head because he said, "Come on, lads, get up." And the guy he hit must have been about 80-odd years old. Anyway, he got ejected out the ground, and from what I believe now, he's no longer going to Man United anymore. But this is how quick it can go. This is what I'm saying is it can go volatile real quick. This is for me, this is the frustration of the Glazers being there. Because we know we have Erik ten Hag. How can I put this? I think Erik ten Hag was really banking on the Glazers selling Man United for this summer. And you can see in his demeanour that he's like, "You bastards, you know what I mean? Why didn't you just sell? I could have done something there." You know what I'm saying? And I really do believe that with him. He's got to just hang on, Ten Hag. He's just got to do everything. He's got to dig deep. This is a big moment in his career as a manager that, you know what, you're backed against the wall here, son. You're going to have to pull something out the hat. Just to keep going.
Peter, you're speaking facts there because he was dealt a very bad hand in the transfer window.
He was.
What he's supposed to do, and that's what I've been saying. This time around, don't sack the manager. Don't fall for the spin, right? We've seen this recipe before. Patient players has to just get back behind the manager. And you that are match-going fans, you're the 12th wheel, if you know what I mean, the 12th player. So you have to shut your lungs out, get them up and going, back the team, back the manager. And, because it's so important that the players feel your support, They do read social media. Trust me, they do, right? They do read papers.
They do, yeah.
So that's why we need to be more positive. We need to cheer them up. I cannot go to the game, unfortunately. But if I was there, I scream my lungs out. I come home with no voice.
Are you doing a watch-along on Saturday, Mick?
Me? I haven't planned so far. I cannot do watch-alongs. I got too much ADHD.
Because ironically, the Glazers have put super duper Wi-Fi at Man U now, so you can actually live stream. So, if you do watch-along, you can stream your me at half time, and I can show you what's got the mood within the stadium.
Well,
it won't be a problem.
Fantastic.
Yeah?
I take your offer, sir. I will.
Yeah, no problem.
I will think about it. But this has been football's been out for 2 weeks. Mick is all excited for it. I'm gonna sit there with my stereo headset. I'm gonna listen into every single detail. I'm gonna hear the kneel dropping. I'm gonna hear everything. They can try to block out the Glazers out chance. I can still hear it.
You know what, Mick? Right, Northern will tell you. I've got a little notebook and a pencil. What I take to me with Old Trafford, and I write down little notes. And I film a lot of things. You know what? Sometimes I kind of miss a lot of the games, and I check it back on my phone because I'm constantly filming what's going on. If you look on my Instagram page, I'm called a fella with a Stella on Instagram. It's an alien with a bottle of Stella between his legs.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Okay.
You'll see that I put game highlights on that platform.
Yep. Listen, no more overthinking. I agree with the chat here. Ten Hag just needs to play his game. And we talked about how we can sort of beat the bait pressing of this Herbie, right? Don't fall for his trap. Play your game. No more overthinking. We are there. They're there for the taking. Come on, people. Let's get united. Come on.
Yeah.
How many likes do we have in the chat? People, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. We're here slaving. It's Midnight Vibes. We're about to close the shop, but I want to ask Peter one more question.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Glazers. It's been spoiling this window, spoiling everything. Do you see in the near future, within the couple of near months, that we are coming to a closure with the financial figures and everything? What's your heart saying? What's your mind saying?
My heart's saying no. My brain is saying they can't afford to keep us. I mean, we've officially just passed £1 billion in debt. Yeah. So, you know what? This Snapdragon deal with Comcast, that Comcast, they're capped at $123 billion. They're capped at that. Yeah, their actual wealth vastly exceeds that. Like, is this a Glazer lifeline to try and keep their tentacles in Man United?
But that's for next season.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I mean, look, they want 10 billion because they think 5 years down the line that's what Man United's going to be worth. So they're already projecting themselves ahead, aren't they? Deep down in my heart, honestly, do I really think the Glazers will sell Man United? No. Unless Qataris give them an offer they can't refuse. That's the deal.
Can I ask you a question? A follow-up question then. Is it more that you're protecting your mental sanity to say no first, because if it doesn't happen, you say I told you so?
No, I mean, you know what, right, Mick, right, Jarvis, and I'll say to chat now, like, I got a lot of ridicule for saying this, and I did, yeah. What the Glazers have done to Man United is worse than the Munich air disaster. We got over the Munich air disaster, and God rest the people that lost their lives.
Yeah.
This is 18 years and ongoing.
Yep.
This is called systematic abuse.
100%.
Any other way of life, it's called systematic abuse. This is worse than the Munich air disaster.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for saying that. But it is. You have to say it how it is.
No, you're absolutely right. And I did a rant about it, and I did a short video about it. And I said, if you want to talk about domestic abuse, talk about 18 years of getting away with murder. Because domestically, everyone is domestic Manchester United supporter living with a family. And you've been domestically abused year after year by the Glazer parasites.
Exactly.
It's affecting your mental health. You're telling me that's not worse crime.
Right, Mick. Northern Italia. My first game at Man United was 1974, the season we got relegated. 1978, I became a season ticket holder. Yeah. From 1978 to 2005, I was a season ticket holder. When the Glazers bought us, I handed my season ticket in. Yeah. When the protest started, just over 2 years ago again, when we was in lockdown, the Liverpool protest, the one before that, that was the first time since 2005 that I'd been back at Old Trafford. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't give the Glazers nothing. I've got my season ticket back because I know people within the club, per se. And I'm getting old. I've got illnesses myself. I think I've served my time in protest.
Yeah.
These fuckers are like Alabama ticks. The only way you're going to get them out is to surgically remove them.
Okay. I'm going to finish up with Jamie Wayne saying he researched the Qualcomm have been mentioned in connection with the Qataris. Yes. Listen, at the end of the day, people, a friendly reminder. We've seen that been trying to be cancelled. They've been trying to censor, so you know. If you're going to do another protest, a sit-down protest, obviously, Peter, that worked. It hit the
They did,
Glazers
yeah.
in the pocket. It hit the
They don't
Glazers
like
in the
it.
pocket. They don't like it, especially if the TV cameras is there. There was apparently 10,000 in the first sit-down. Now, I beg everyone that's going there, please don't think about yourself. Sit down for 30, 40 minutes of your life. Make sure you're 40,000 this time. The more, the merrier. The louder, the bigger splash on the water. Please. There's apparently plans for the Brighton sit-down as well for the next upcoming games. Keep this going. Keep this pressure. 1958, United against the Glazers. You're doing a fantastic job. This works. You've been organizing a lot of protests, but this sit-down really worked.
You know what, Mick? Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sky Sports and TNT, which was BT Sports, are actually censoring Glazers Out Chance live on TV. They're actually dumbing the audio. I'm being serious, they are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's proof of it. So,
but what they're going to do, Peter, they're always going to have the post-match interviewing on the pitch and blah, blah, blah.
Well, this is it. Yeah. I mean, the end of the day, I think personally myself is look, you go to the game, whatever the score is at halftime, if everyone, well, not everyone, but the majority of fans could get up and just leave the ground at halftime. The problem is this, Mick. Sometimes I go to the Bishop's Blaze pub, which is on Railway Road, just like Chester Road, actually. Literally 40 minutes walk from Old Trafford. I talk to people from all over the world in that pub, and it's the first time and probably the last time they'll ever go to Old Trafford. You cannot stop people like that from going into the ground. It's impossible.
You cannot. It's impossible.
You can't.
It's like a mushroom, Peter.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a weed. You pick that weed, but a new weed will come up. People just wait in line to take your season ticket, and that's a vicious cycle. But what I've been saying, what's been working, because that hit the Glazers' pocket hardest was the sit down. Now I was expecting the first sit down to be more, but you saw 10,000, approximately 10,000 people. So what I'm trying to say here, people, if you're a match going fan, please, I cannot go. You know, I can only go to away games, but I cannot go to Bayern Munich. You know, it's too expensive right now. But if I would have gone there, I would at least try to get 40,000 people to sit down. You know, if you care about this club, if you want the Glazers out, please sit down for 30, 40 minutes of your life. Come together. I beg you.
You know what, Mick, Jarvis? Last season, the match programme was £3.50. They've put it up to £4. I haven't bought one because I've got a grandson, Andrew. Every time we go, he wants me to get a match programme. I said, I'm not buying them anymore for you, like.
Yeah.
So go on eBay and buy them off eBay. Because people will sell them there. But they're increasing the prices all the time.
God, yeah. Rush Maino, I love you to pieces, but you make a very factual point that only 25% of the fan base are willing to support the protest. But the same fan base had the audacity to tweet and say Glazers out. Ain't working that way. Either you Glazers out all the way or you don't go at all,
Yeah. I mean, I go with I'm with the North Wales and Chester Supporters Club, Mick Jarvis, yeah. So I go on the coach, yeah. When we go on the coach, we have Glazers out flagged in the windows on them. And when you go to the car parks at Old Trafford, there's 3 bridges that go over the Manchester Ship Canal to where the big cargo holders are. All them coaches will have Glazers out flags on them. They'll have them on them, like. So, I mean, as we're travelling to the game, the coaches are staying while we go to the game, and then we're coming back. It's all Glazers out.
Yeah. Hang on a second. hang on a second. We have a super chat.
Super chat, super chat, super chat.
Super chat.
And finishing off with a positive note. Peter, you need to get one of a 6-pack of this, man. Get a little bit. Get into the positive train. We are Good Vibes FC. Come on, Jonathan Liljeberg, all the way from Sweden. He feels really confident the Sheikh Yassim announcement. Me too.
Yes.
I feel it.
I hope so.
Yeah, I feel it.
I really do.
And,
I mean, you know what, Mick Jarvis, there's a lot of fans. And, you know, at the end of the day, your age is your age. I'm 60 years old. So a lot of people say, I want to see Man United go down. No, you fucking don't.
What?
You
You're
really
60?
don't want to. Yeah, I'm 60 years of age.
No way.
Yeah. You don't want. I've seen my eyes have seen Man United get relegated, and you do not want to be in that position.
Well,
Seriously,
wait. Peter. 60 is the new 30, right?
Of course it is. I can't wait to get to 69. That's when the fun starts.
69, dude.
69, man. Come on.
I'm 60. Honest, guys. Seriously, I'm 60. So,
yeah,
you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, Marcus is here. Hope Qatar wins. Listen, just be positive. We need to take a leave from just stop oil glue ourselves and to turnstiles home away. Stop all the entry delay and game kickoff. Yes. Listen,
I mean, when you look at the Glazers and you look at me and the money they've got, it's like something's gone fucking drastically wrong here with them, like, hasn't it?
No, something's got to give, and I believe, you know, that's all we can do. Big up to Mark and MUC for gifting 5 membership as well.
Yes,
Marky gifting 5 membership. Big up.
Thank you.
I took the pen. It's like, come on. Anyway, it's getting late. If anyone wants to come and have a say, listen, big up for it. We have a lot of people just came in late as well. What we have been talking about today, to be honest, we as per tradition, we like to have a call-in show, like where you drive the content at the end of the day. You know, it's not always we coming up and telling you so. Like, we want you also to engage. Let me know what you're thinking. Like, you know, what are you thinking about the sales takeover? How do you feel about it? What do you think about Jadon Sancho situation? Anthony? I personally believe that Anthony is a witch hunt by the looks of it. And we're going to talk about it tomorrow because I have Jay Daly on tomorrow. He's going to give it the uncensored version. So be prepared. 9 p.m. UK time. Night to you, Reds. Red J is coming in with a super chat as well. Hope Qatar will fire everyone except Ten Hag. And I cannot blow my pen. Where did my thing go? Jarvis, blow the trumpet.
Well, come on.
Big up for everyone.
Listen,
love the energy. And before we go, I want to hear from Peter. Okay, Peter.
Yeah, go on.
You're going to the game, right?
I am. There again, back again. In the words of Bilbo Baggins, there and back again, an hobbit's tale.
Listen, I want to ask you a serious question.
Yeah.
What is your score prediction?
My score prediction? Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Seriously.
Don't do an Ivan Tony here.
and get your score prediction into my chat too, everybody.
Everyone.
3-1 Brighton.
3-1 Brighton. Peter!
Yeah.
No! Don't jinx it. Peter, I play to the footballing gods. You're wrong.
I hope I am wrong, Mick, myself. But you know what? Look, I'm being level-headed. At this moment, with what's going on around the old, squad of Man United, we're in disarray. Brighton are a well-oiled team. If they score first, I know. Look, listen, I know. Forest scored 2 quick goals.
Ferguson is injured. Ferguson is injured.
Oh, okay, then maybe 2-2 then.
Hey, big up Noah coming late. Noah, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing
Mahmood.
I'm doing fine.
Bawana. Well, in for the super chat, man.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Right.
Come on. Nowhere. First time, man. Get in.
First time.
Okay,
Noah, what do you have to
Yeah.
say
Thanks.
before we close the shop? The floor is yours.
Listen, as far as this season, I'm concerned because I don't know what
Keep
we
your
are
phone
doing.
closer to your mouth and speak up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Listen, as far as for me, I'm concerned this season. I don't know what's going on with this club, with this manager, or even with the directors of football, or even with the owners. I don't know what's going on because I'm very concerning, and I'm very worried that we're not even at of the level of Man City or even Liverpool or Real Madrid, or you can say the biggest club right now who's even bigger than us. Because when I look at United right now, at this present, we don't seem like we are the best team in the world to me, because I don't know,
No,
because it
Hmm.
looks like, because the Glazers, they don't even care, no matter how you even think, even if you sack Tenak or any other manager you hire, it won't change anything, because no matter what, even if the Glazers are in or out, still the Glazers are even destroying. They're still gonna destroying us over again, because we are still the commercial clubs, and this
Yeah.
club is a curse to me, because it will never change. Because I'm sorry, I cannot accept it, no matter how. Even if the social media, they need to tell. We have to find the truth, because we demand the truth. Because no matter why, I love this club more than that, because I cannot see United players suffer like this. I'm sorry, because this is why I cannot continue like this. Because for
Big
me,
up,
this
man.
season, I give up. To me,
Don't give
football
up.
race. Listen, no. Listen, the truth is, I give up. That's that's what I'm gonna tell you. That's what
never
I'm gonna say.
surrender, Noah.
Even
Never
if,
surrender.
Never say die. No
listen,
retreat, no surrender. No, I get what you're saying. Please. It's just beginning of the season. I hear what you're saying, sir. Listen, please. Take a deep breath. This means a lot to me as well to hear what you have to say. But we just begun the
Whatever.
season. We just begun the season, and I hear what you're saying. I can dissect it in two sections. And as long as the Glazers are here, they will always try to destroy the manager and block him at the end of the day. I hear what you say. But against all odds, as Manchester United fans, we have to stand up. We cannot throw the manager under the bus. It doesn't work, Noah. That's what I'm saying now in this stream to Peter, for every match going fan. Back the manager. It's not the recipe. It's not the soup that we are cooking, right? Ten Hag is
mm,
the right man, but he's been not been given the funds this season. This is the second year that always happened under the Glazers. They will back the manager first season. They will give him a little bit of money. The second season, they will not back him at all, right? Right.
yeah,
So please, guys, be strong. I know it is so hard because this is the biggest mental abuse we've been experiencing for the past 18 months. But this is what we have to come together, Noah, to discuss.
mm,
This is what this platform is about. So big up for coming in and sharing. But have faith, brother.
Big
Right?
up, Noah.
listen, I know. Listen, I understand. Listen, I have faith, but there's still something that this club will change, because I hope it will sell, as long as we have a new owner, we have a new director of football, or even a new, or even Tenak, or any other manager who has established, Pep Guardiola or even Jose Mourinho,
Mm.
who is even having the style of pro football. We need a better style of football, because I know, as long as this team needs to improve this season, because I hope, I know, against Brighton or even next week against Bayern Munich, these players needs to wake up, because if they
Yeah.
don't, I don't know what's gonna say this, but
It really is down to the
What
players
if,
now.
yeah, what if all of a sudden they beat Brighton, they beat Bayern, all of a sudden the mood is going to switch. This is the Manchester United way. This is
Yeah.
what we are used to, right? And we will be on a high again. So we take it game by game, Noah, right? But I totally agree with you. What I'm saying with this stream is all this focus right now. The transfer window is closed. Support 1958. Go to the sit-down protest if you can. Make your voice heard. Tweet as much as you can, because the only way you can hurt them is in the financial pocket. That's the only thing that works. That's if you know that that's the only thing they care about. This is what you should target. You know. But you should always come to this platform. Tell us what you feel, because we are here as a Mental United to care. You know.
Yeah. Listen,
So big up to you, sir.
I understand. You guys, listen, I understand, but I know I have faith. As long as for me, I'm not gonna give up what my faith is about. You know, being as a United fan. I'm not saying that I'm not gonna quit, because as a United fan, I just have to wait until this process needs to change.
It's over. I understand.
Till
You know
then.
Bon Jovi, the band. There's a song called "Keep the Faith." Suggest you listen to that one.
Yeah, but anyway,
There's also one Mick called "Living on a Prayer" as well.
Yeah, living in a prayer as well. Noah, at the end of the day, I hate to be the bearers of bad fruit, but if you think the change is going to come imminent with the new owners, it's not going to happen over one night. Because even if the new owners going to come in, they're going to implement their culture, the new stuff, and so this is actually a it will take. Listen, all I'm trying to say, this is a rebuild on the making, right? This season alone is Ten Hag's season. Last season, when he came, he inherited certain players that he wasn't his. This season, he tried to get rid of all the players that it wasn't his and tried to recruit in, but he was still blocked under certain players. So all I'm praying for, even if we get new ownership coming in before January, that you should be aware of that those changes will not happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in one day, but when it was built, it was a winning team. It was cultivated and had a plan and a vision, and it's still standing, right?
Yeah.
We understand where you're coming from, what Neil Driscoll is saying, so you have all the biggest support, because I think that 50% of the United fan base feel the same at the moment. We feel violated.
I think what it is, guys, Mick, Noah, Jarvis, I think we just want disclosure, don't we, on what's going on. We just want it to end. I think we know in the back of our minds that somewhere down the line, this really is going to end with the Glazers. But we're now impatient, aren't we, for it to end, because we've had to endure so much of what they've done to us. And let's make no mistake about it, them bastards have raped us. And I wish them nothing. I wish them nothing but ill health in their life. And I never wish that on anyone. But for what they've done to us, that's their karma. And it will come for them.
Yeah.
Just hold on. Just hold on.
Right. Big up to all of you people. I think you speak sense, you speak facts at the end of the day. But it will break the internet when it comes, and we will have a big, massive global party. It will be nothing that like the world has ever seen, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen. Guys,
Noah, where are you from, by the way, if I may ask? Where you
Somalian, brother. Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Big up Africa.
Yeah, I'm from Ethiopia. Nice guess.
Wicked, man.
Nice guessing.
I remember talking to you, Noah, on Saeed's channel last year, because, the problems you had in Ethiopia and that, with the civil war and that, brother, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep the faith, mate.
Keep the faith. Africa
In the
is
end,
on the rise.
God will make it right. In the end, he will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks, man, for asking me.
Noah, before you go, what's your score prediction? Honest to God, what's your score prediction? What's your heart saying?
Okay. Listen, my prediction is, I just want to see, winning 3
points.
3-1. 3-1. Because
3-1.
I think a home debut, Amrabat, Rasmus Højlund, or maybe Bruno Fernandes or Marcus Rashford, one of them. That's what I'm going to say.
Very good.
That's the spirit, son. Getting the 3-1. I also go 3-1
Yeah.
Manchester United. I will reverse Peter's 3-1. Don't jinx it, Peter, with the footballing gods, please. I can't believe what you said. Yeah, I'm gonna have nightmares, Pete. Alien Tenno. Big up to you.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Peter.
you know what? On a positive note, though, guys, when you look at Rasmus Højlund, geez, that guy does look the real deal as well, doesn't
Yeah.
he looks like a little bit of a brute, doesn't he? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, he's got to be fed as well, hasn't he? He can't do it all on his own.
Yeah. I mean, we were trying to feed Weghorst last year, but he wasn't hungry. He didn't feed. He didn't finish the dinners.
Well, I mean, to be fair to Weghorst, he scored 2 goals on international duty.
But that's
Two
international.
two important goals. Well, you know, you can only do what you can do, innit? Do you think, it is a wild thought, yeah? Because Donny hasn't gone and he's stayed at Man United. I know he's not in the Champions League squad, which is a shame. So that kind of frees him up for domestic duties.
Yeah.
Could Donny be the key to unlock Rasmus Højlund?
Yeah.
But they're playing.
Good thought.
Erik Ten Hag will play Eriksen in Europe, and then when he rests Eriksen, because Eriksen can't be flogged like a donkey, can he? And then he can play, okay, Donny, here's another chance, take it. And I think the guy will take it, personally. I really do.
Yeah. 100%. We have depth all of a sudden, guys. The way I see it right now, I mean, this is a new United after this break, because all of a sudden we have the players that he wanted, right? So basically, he has Onana from the back, playing up from the back, transition plays, pass it to Amrabat. Amrabat will carry the ball. You have Højlund as a focal point. Højlund is a big, strong unit, so he will hold up the play. Casemiro would have more free hands to roam free. Bruno will be playing more of a, freestyle, Ole Gunnar freestyle style football. And that is the Bruno's best position. He's the most dangerous when he can float around, So all of a sudden you will have a lot of runners from behind. So 100%. And Donny van de Beek has a role to play, even if he's not playing a Champions League domestically.
Yeah. But I hope he does.
Yeah,
I mean,
we have a 6'3" Danish monster.
One player in the world that needs a break, it's got to be Donny van de Beek, and seriously, the guy's had such bad luck. Somewhere, the football gods have got to look down and go, you know what, Donny, we're sorry we've neglected you. We're going to shine on you now.
Can somebody do me a favor that lives in UK? Can somebody deliver Dunkin' Donuts, Danish donuts, to Graham Souness studio for talking gash about him today? Did you see that? Oh my God, this guy is on an agenda. He's getting paid to talk shit. Seriously.
Right. We call him Graham Souness.
Sourness, yeah. Sour cream onion. Sauce. Listen, people, thank you for liking. We are well over 150 likes. We have a super chat that we forgot, or is it a super sticker? All the way from Dubai. Or you big up, brother. Salam alaikum, Mohammed. I don't know what you're saying, but you donated 10 dirhams. I can see that. AAD is dirhams. I know, because I lived there for 10 years, my brother. Big up to you. I don't know if you missed to type something, please type it back, and we will read out for free. Or maybe it was a super sticker. I'm not sure.
From Dubai, I think.
It is Dubai. It's dirham.
Yeah.
AAD is dirham. I know that for sure. 100%. I know. Big up Mahmoud as well. Sorry.
Big up.
Listen, that deserves Jarvis. That deserves. Where is your toot?
It's right here. Now I woke up like it again.
Yeah. Thank you, Mahmoud, as well for your donation. But I'm trying to see what I missed. Anyway, listen. Big up to all of you. It's been a fantastic stream. We didn't plan this today at all. We were just saying, well, let's do this.
You know what, Mick? The spontaneous ones always are the best.
It's true.
Marhaba. Marhaba, yes, of course. I can say a lot of things in local Emirati as well. I'm not going to do it now. Because I think it's time to close the shop because it's past midnight where I am. It's been fantastic talking to you. Everyone that had the guts to call in, big up for you, Noah, to coming in and speak to. Finally, to see a face, to a name for the VR room. I've been seeing you, Noah, in the chat. So, guys, next time, don't be afraid. Just call in, have your say. We are a community, all sharing the same shirt and love.
Show your ugly mug like mine.
Guys,
seriously, you can't be uglier than me.
Sorry, what you say, Noah?
I just want to say to guys, thank you for having me, and big up to you, Mick, and everyone who, to everyone of the chat. Big up to you guys. You guys are the legends.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys
follow
and subscribe, everyone.
Thank you. With that note, what do we always say when we finish off this stream? Where is Jonathan Ball? I haven't seen him for a long time.
Okay, I will say it. Or
go ahead.
Peter, you can say it. Peace, love,
and Onana bananas.
Peace, love, and banana.
He's not gonna slip on a banana, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. For everyone that's been super chatting.
Cheers, Noah. Cheers, Jarvis. Cheers, Mick. Cheers, chat.
Yeah. For every membership donation, big up. Thank you so much. Sleep tight. And see you tomorrow. By the way, we're live tomorrow 9 p.m. with Jay Daly Uncensored. Don't miss that one. Thank you, guys. Good night. Thank you, Jarvis. Thank you, Noah. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.